Just going to make sure this is actually working. Because you never know. How do I go to the page? There it is. Here it is. All right, I'm going to tweet this because nobody's here yet. Just going to make sure this is actually working. There are people here. Mad Santa 95 is here. You never know. Oh, well, now I'm going to create a giant echo. I apologize for that. All right, here's... All right. Put that on Twitter. Then I should have copied it before I tweeted it so that I could paste it into my Facebook, but I didn't. Where did Twitter go? I just closed the window, didn't I? Oh, man. Okay. If you got any questions for me regarding Wizard School or other stuff, just let me know. And Facebook, I will be looking at the chat momentarily. Not yet right now. Come on. People are waiting for me. Okay, I should probably also put the link to the Kickstarter in the live stream. I didn't think about that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. If you have any requests for songs I should play, let me know. I'm going to make a Snapchat right now. You guys are going to see how that goes. I will be joined, I believe, sometime during this cast by Eric Johns and Karen Hallian, the two people who are working on this with us. I'm going to make a Snapchat right now. Hello, everybody on Snapchat. This is Hank. I'm about to do a live stream. I currently am. They're watching me at youtube.com/Hank's channel to celebrate the end of the... I have to do it again. Only 10 seconds. Hello, everybody on Snapchat. I'm doing a live stream right now. They're watching me record this to celebrate the end of the Wizard School Kickstarter. So join me at youtube.com/Hank's channel. Exactly 10 seconds. I'm a pro. I bet much of my Snapchat followers don't even know that I have a Hank's channel. I'm also posting my video of Mount Rainier or nearby Mount Rainier-like thing. So let's open up the chat and see what's going on. People are requesting Book 8, Anglerfish. People like my shirt. School of Wizards. Are there witches allowed? Are wizards in our world is a gender-neutral term. Are you wearing... I am wearing my Amazon shirt. How could you tell? 5 whole people and 1 half person. How? Nobody's here. There's 5 whole people and 1 half. Who's the half person? This isn't Hogwarts. Already refreshing my Snapchat, says Rafaela. All right. Play Marilyn Hanson. Strange Charm. It's nice to meet you. Did you meet me recently? It was nice to meet you too. If so, if not, then you're just being weird. How do I convince my board game obsessed dad to buy Wizard School? I mean, I don't know. I'm not him. Make him think it was his idea. And be like, hey, Dad, have you ever thought to yourself, boy, I sure would like a game that's a card game. It's cooperative. I'm trying not to stand up because my dog freaks out when I stand up. She also freaks out when I sing songs, play music. So let's hopefully that won't happen. What is the joke about Becky? Amazingly, my guitar is not that out of tune, considering that I had my had my heater off for the last few days. Karen Hallian creates all the graphics for Wizard School. She will hopefully be here soon. I can't say for sure. Oh, nope. I can't say for sure that she will show up, but that was the goal. But she was planning to be here in about a half an hour. So that's the plan right now. All right, let's play a song for you. And during the song, if you have any questions about the Kickstarter, just let me know. I'm very, I guess I should let you know, very excitedly that we have raised at the moment $442,291 of our $15,000 goal. And I'll be completely honest with you, I was pretty sure we were going to beat our $15,000 goal. And we needed more than that, probably. We would have done it for $15,000. We would have made it work. But really, to like actually produce the game, it's more like 50. But we broke that as well. Of course, every time we get money from our Kickstarter, that money is going to producing more copies of Wizard School for people. If you can't get Wizard School now, it will eventually be available at dftba.com, and it might be available in stores. Fingers crossed. You never really know how that goes because it's up to the stores to decide. Oh, we just got another pledge. They just keep rolling in. Thank you all so much for the support. And here is a song in celebration of J.K. Rowling's recent proclamation that the West End play is basically Book 8 of Harry Potter. Here it is. Book 8, a song I wrote. I know I'm not the only one who wants to know more about Harry's sons. I really do think there's an unwritten story, and I think it's time to put fingers to keys. A lot of people I know want to know more about Grindelwald and Dumbledore. I really do think that they both bad and lefty, and I think there's probably a good story there. For Book 8, I want a Book 8. What? Book 8. I want a Book 8. I want a Book 8. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that the epilogue was crap, because we all know it was crap. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that Voldemort had a son, and the story's just begun. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that she's writing Book 8. I'm scrolling down my own lyrics. A lot of people I know want to hear the tale of that mysterious veil. I really do think it's a dimensional portal, and I think Sirius is in Middle Earth. And I know I want to hear the one about Hagrid's dad and Hagrid's mom. I really do think that's nearly impossible, and I think there's probably a good story there. For Book 8, I want a Book 8. I want a Book 8. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that the epilogue was crap, because we all know it was crap. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that Voldemort had a son, the story's just begun. And I want J.K. Rowling to say that she's writing Book 8. She could call it Harry Potter and the Pillar of Storge. By the way, during this part of the song, if you would like to request for me to say something as alt title for a possible future Harry Potter novel, please do in the chat, and I will do my best to incorporate them once I find the chat. There it is. Harry Potter and the Map of the Realm of Narnia, or Harry Potter, or Gilbert the Dragon, or Harry Potter and the Knights Who Saved Me, or Harry Potter and Luna Lovegood gets her own freaking book, or Harry Potter and As I'm Singing thinking this, the chat is just people saying what time it is. Or Harry Potter and the monstrous lag. Or Harry Potter and the 7 million cats. Or Harry Potter and the sword of Voldemort. Or Harry Potter and the Banoodle. It says noodle, but do you guys know the Banoodle? Banoodle! Or Harry Potter and the porcupine of wizardry. Or Harry Potter and the sword and the dude. Or Harry Potter and the baby who won't eat her food. And rhyme. Harry Potter and the doctor hang out and go into the past. Or Harry Potter and the bacon action. Or Harry Potter and the cursed child. Or Harry Potter and the addicted YouTuber. Or Harry Potter and all hail the glow cloud. Or Harry Potter and the machine that bone noobs. Or Harry Potter and French the llama. Or Harry Potter and the magical project for awesome. Or Harry Potter and Gabriel Alexander in England. Or Harry Potter and the presidential dog. Or Harry Potter and the Martian. Or Harry Potter and John the Centaur. Or Harry Potter fights the storm pelican. Or Harry Potter and the we've done our waiting. Or Harry Potter and the endless book 8. Or Harry Potter and the fishing boat proceeds. Or Harry Potter and the backers from Kickstarter. Or Harry Potter goes to Wizard School. You know that I want a book 8. Oh, I want a book 8. Oh, Harry Potter. Man, I'll tell you what I haven't done in a while is play the guitar. Ah, my fingers. Oof. Do we have any? Has anybody? My speakers are on, right? Yeah. Okay. Just making sure that nobody joined us in the intervening time. No one has. We got some other requests. So I have a song which is very similar to the idea of Wizard School, and in some ways, Wizard School is kind of my own version of a book 8. It's a bit of a it's you know, it's obviously not based on the world of Harry Potter, but it's a bit of a it's like what starting from the place of Wizard School, what would that world look like for me? The only thing constant about the real estate market is change. I guarantee you that there would be no advertisements that play music and sound ever anywhere. Good Lord. You're joking with me. Okay. I'm going to play you a song. It's called This Isn't Hogwarts. I hate this place, but I can barely keep the misery off my face. Yeah, there's one place I'd much rather be, taking transfiguration and arithmancy, or hanging with my friends in the gallery. But instead of learning parts of speech and trying not to fall asleep and avoiding the only girl in school who might like me, it's so grotesque when the guy sitting next to you drools all over his desk. And as I almost raise my hand to complain, I realize that I want to be doing the same. So I put my head down on my desk as well. And then suddenly I'm learning a spell to make my teacher's head swell. But then he wakes me up and I can't help but yell, Ingorgio! This isn't Hogwarts, this is a concrete box. The pictures on the wall are never gonna talk, and the teachers don't care, the kids don't try. And the most magical thing we have is fluorescent lights, and they don't put you in Hufflepuff if you're not cool. Instead they sort you in the parking lot after school. And I think if I looked into the mirror of Erised, I'd be wearing wizard robes with gold and red. Well, I'm not saying I'm not proud to be a nerd, but public school ain't no place for a wizard. Yeah, high school ain't no place for a wizard. You know what's gross? When the lunch meat looks like 3-day-old soggy toast. At least it's not sentient. But as I ate it anyway, I overheard this guy I hardly know calling me a nerd. So I cast something on ahead inside my mind. How I wish there were house elves making my food, and everything was perfectly spiced, and the only one being rude was the Poltergeist. And here's what's true: I do pretty much anything to go to wizard school. I'd even call Laura Sumbridge my friend if then I never had to go to gym again. And I look around at all of this crap that's part of my life. No ghosts stuck in the halls or hanging in the bathroom stalls, and the stairs don't move cause there's no stairs at all. Oh, this isn't Hogwarts, this is a concrete box. The pictures on the wall are never gonna talk, and the teachers don't care, that the kids don't try. And the most magical thing we have is fluorescent lights, and they don't put you in Hufflepuff if you're not cool. Instead they search you in the parking lot after school. And I think if I looked into the mirror of Erised, I'd be wearing wizard robes with gold and red. Well, I'm not saying I'm not proud to be a nerd, but public school ain't no place for a wizard. Yeah, high school ain't no place for a wizard. Woo! What? Oh, did someone join me? I hear a noise. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I am good.
We've been joined by Eric Johns, the game developer for DFTBA Games, game designer man, making the things work and happen. How is that going? How is our quest to making Wizard School perfect?
I'm pleased to announce that we are in fact going to make Wizard School. I know it's a little anticlimactic at this point, but we're going to make it.
Okay, good. How are you so certain? Because if we don't, we're in an awful lot of trouble.
I'm certain, in fact, because we've passed our $15,000 funding goal. It was tight, very tight.
Yeah, we did it. It happened. 30 days ago. What's the status of game development though? Where are we at? How does this work?
We are just sort of knocking off the rough edges at this point.
Yeah.
And we're going to start just play testing our butts off for what, about the next 2 months, 3 months maybe?
Yeah.
And
so when people, there are a number of times during the Kickstarter when people are like, well, you're really super funded right now, so why don't you just make it faster? That's not how, like, it's that thing where 9 women in 1 month in 1 month does not make a baby.
Right.
You can't, there's a certain amount of we have to do the things that we have to do, and there has to be, really one person, really Eric, overseeing the playtesting process to make sure the game is balanced, to make sure that all the rules function, to make sure that people aren't figuring out clever ways to cheat. Though I guess if you're coming up with super clever ways to cheat, that's okay.
That's actually in the rules.
Yeah. Tom says playtesting clearly just means partying. So another Kickstarter, so we have 2 to 3 months of partying to do.
That would be great.
We are not, to be clear though, done with our Kickstarter. We have, what does it say? We have two hours to go.
Just over 2 hours, yeah. It ends at 6 o'clock Pacific.
So it ends at 7 o'clock my time.
That's right.
2 hours and 10 minutes. The 2 hours is very strange because it like pops over into. I feel like the 2 hours, like that number on Kickstarter, is not particularly accurate.
It's a little off. It's always rounded down.
Okay, it's always rounded down. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna say 1 hour for 2 hours. It's gonna say 1 hour, and then it's gonna go to minutes.
No, actually, when it's at the bottom, it goes to minutes.
Yeah, so it'll say 1 hour for an hour, and then it'll say 60 minutes after it said 1 hour for an hour. That's just a lie. That's just Kickstarter lying to you.
Everyone send feedback to Kickstarter.
I mean, I'm sure that Kickstarter Kickstarter people running campaigns are happy to have it that way because it, you want that last hour to last as long as possible because.
I was just saying that I wish we had another whole day.
Yeah, and panic that they intended to back it and then forgot, and now it is the time. Now it is the only moment they can do it. So what's our potential strategy for post-Kickstarter Wizard School stuff? Eric has, not in addition to developing games, has also worked at a company where they distribute games to game stores, and also we do dftba.com, which is a place where you can buy things on the internet. So what's our strategy there?
You mean we want to put it in stores and we want to sell it on the internet? So.
Yeah, but what's the process of getting a game into a store? Like, do you?
It's a remarkably convoluted process that took us years to really kind of perfect it at Weird. But yeah, I mean, every distributor. There's distributors that sell to game stores. Everyone has a rep. You get a rep, and you got to convince game stores to carry your game as well. Everyone's putting out money for your game, and you do that by having people go into the store and ask for Wizard School. So it's right. Really still dependent on all you people.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that isn't necessary for someone who's made a bunch of successful games previously. It would just be like, hey, yeah, I made 7 Wonders. I've got a new one. You want it?
Now it turns out like Fantasy Flight Games and Days of Wonder don't have to people asking them for their games.
I don't know. Where's your local game store? How many in your town? Well, not in your town, but any nearby? Well,
actually, I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere. So yeah. My local game store is a good 50 minutes away.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's down Sacramento.
Okay. We've got...
I hardly ever go there.
We've got two, kind of. We've got a pawn shop that has a board game section. Which I think is great. It's strange, you're in the pawn shop. There's like guns and knives and guitars, and then like
Wizard School
and like Xbox 360 games, and then in this like little corner of the store is just board games. Not used board games, not pawned board games, just like the guy who runs the pawn shops into board games.
It's really amazing being in all the years I've been in gaming. The type of stores that just decide to add games. Yeah. I mean, tons of just coffee shops are just like, okay, now we're going to sell games. Mm-hmm. And so on.
Yeah, we've got our comic store called Muse. That is where the actual board games. But still, it's not a huge part of the store. But they have, they got everything I want. And it tends to be like roughly the same price as anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we tell them what to sell it for, so.
Right.
For the most part, they don't have that big of an option.
Oh, really? They don't?
Yeah, it was pretty much. I mean, there are discount places, but for the most part, they sell for retail.
See, all these things that I should know. We have increased dramatically the number of people who are pledging per minute.
That's great.
Yeah, it is great.
If someone pledges $2, will be $4,444,444.
Oh, somebody please pledge $2. No, they pledged 10.
Oh, we're back down. Someone left.
Oh no, yeah, we went down. The number went down.
That happens.
Yeah, people are. But we reminded them the Kickstarter was ending, and they were like, "Actually, I need to be financially responsible this month."
It happens. I was just mentioning yesterday that I was like, I gotta stop sending updates because every time I do, people are like, "Oh crap, I meant to cancel that."
Yeah, but I mean, I want them to cancel if they want to cancel. We have very few cancellations per pledge.
Well, I think they'll regret it for 8 months and then they'll be able to buy it in stores. So it's
Right.
not
Well,
the worst in the world.
my what I imagine. Karen is here. Hello.
Yay.
My imagining is the people who are canceling their pledge are people who have realized that they need to be more fiscally responsible, and I want to encourage them to make that decision. If you, viewer of this live stream, feel as if your pledge to Wizard School is going to negatively impact your ability to buy food or pay rent or your car insurance or other such necessities, please cancel your pledge. Go ahead and be the bad marketer here, and see if we get like a rush of canceled pledges, and I'll call you out and I'll say thank you very much for canceling your pledge and being fiscally responsible. We did. We just got like 3 of them.
We got 2, actually.
Oh, I see 3.
Oh, well.
Oh no, there was an increase. There was an adjustment that was an increase in 2 cancellations. So one person went in and gave us more money. Karen, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you? Didn't you just fly in like 20 minutes ago?
I did. I just landed, and now I'm here. I literally landed in Missoula about 30 minutes ago.
Wow.
I don't look. Oh, right now it's 444-555. Got to take a.
Oh, that counts. Screenshot it.
Boom. Screenshotted. So someone was asking earlier who does all the art for Wizard School. It's Karen.
That's me. Yay.
Yay.
I was actually thinking maybe I would do some sketch cards of some of the characters while we're here. Maybe.
Yes.
Whoa. Maybe. No pressure. Maybe.
What are you doing? Why aren't you just laying down like a good girl? You want to say hi to the people on the show? Hi. She's like, no, I don't. I want you to take me inside and give me food, but I can't do that. I have to do a live stream. Okay. Yeah, you probably don't like this. Oh, you don't mind so much. I would think that you would hate this. Just have one of these. We've probably worked this into the game somehow. One of my prized possessions. I found it in a dumpster.
Oh, hi, Lemon.
Go lay down. Go lay down, you stupid.
Apparently, greyhounds like live streams.
Yeah. She does this thing because she's so long and skinny that she like walks forward into places and then she can't get back.
Oh yeah.
And she has to keep going forward, and it causes all kinds of destruction.
Yeah. No, I think that's a universal greyhound design flaw.
They're not good at going backwards.
Exactly.
Can you draw a meerkat with an anglerfish? People are giving you requests. That's
Meerkat with an anglerfish.
like with an anglerfish head, or just with one, like hanging out. Or people also want you to draw lemon.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, they're sweet potato fries.
That also sounds really good.
Yeah, where's our food?
I'm sorry. I thought we were starting at 7. I'm hungry.
Yes.
What's up here?
We were starting at 7, but then I forgot how to schedule a live stream.
I could draw lemon, though I don't know if I could draw lemon while I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I was thinking I was going to draw people that are already like Kitty Dragon first.
Yes, draw Kitty Dragon.
Okay.
Someone just asked what our favorite games were that weren't our games. What are your favorite tabletop games?
Does Apples to Apples count?
Yeah, man.
I used to play that when I was a teacher. I love that game.
Apples to Apples is like Cards Against Humanity for good people.
Exactly, because Cards Against Humanity would be my alternate favorite, depending on the crowd that I'm playing. You have to really trust the people that you're playing with Cards Against Humanity.
Yes, totally agree. Um,
Good game.
I really like Seven Wonders, which I mentioned earlier in this stream as an example of a game that I like a lot. It's so well balanced and so like it's complicated, but it's easy to learn, and it continues to be like to to be playable like the 20 or 30th time. Uh, I'm just a huge. I've played that game a lot of times, and also I feel like you don't really know that much if you're losing until the end, and so sometimes with games that you can get behind, and it's just like, well, now I'm just this guy who's sitting here, messing with other people. Like there's no path to victory for me, but now I have an hour left of this game during which I'll just lose. Whereas Seven Wonders, even if you're pretty far behind, you don't know how far behind you are until the end. Unless you're really good at it.
It is another advantage of Wizard School, though. That feeling does not happen.
Yes, it never happens because it's cooperative. Though you can get behind and know that you're going to die.
There's that.
Where you're just like, this is just not going to happen. We have to play through the next like 4 rounds before we die, but we're going to die.
I also like Risk. It's old school, but nobody will play with me because I'm kind of cutthroat.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing about Risk.
No.
You can't play nice playing Risk.
I know. That's how I feel. But not a lot of people want to play with me now.
What about you, Eric? You got a lot of choices.
Yeah, I'm always worried as a game designer because I'll say something and someone will be like, "Why didn't you say my game?" But I mean, I like a lot of the classics. Obviously, I love Munchkin, and that's that was a lot of inspiration here. Seven Wonders is a great choice. I just played a little. Why can't I remember the name of the game? The one with trains.
Oh, Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride. That's the one.
Yeah, that's a lovely game.
That's very classic.
What I like about Ticket to Ride is that I'm really good at it.
Oh, really?
I can win a far greater than would be predicted by odds number of times.
Challenge
accepted. My normal friends. I'm sure that I would be awful at a Ticket to Ride championship or something.
Well, I'm actually not that good at it.
I've never played it, but I'm so competitive that immediately I was like, I could beat you in that. Let's play. Let's go.
That might be part of it. It might just be that I'm competitive and all my friends are like, oh, that was fun, and I'm like, I owned you.
Yeah, see, that's me. I like to smack talk too. It's not good. Really not good. It's fun.
Margot says that Dan and Phil just posted a video, so she has to go. That's fine. If anybody else wants to go watch Dan and Phil, there's a new Dan and Phil video. So quick, go see that. You don't want to miss it. I think that's awesome. And we've gotten this question a number of times, and I just saw it again in the stream, which is just, can we get it after the Kickstarter? Yes, you can. It will be available some months after the Kickstarter ends. Possibly as little as a month after not after the Kickstarter ends, but after we ship the.
Yeah, you almost made a terrible, terrible promise.
Yeah.
It'll be available some months after we ship the Kickstarter versions. We just hit 9,000 backers.
Yay!
That's a pretty number. And we have, according to this page, 13 hours to go because I haven't refreshed it in that long.
Mine says we have an hour to go.
Yeah, we have an hour to go.
But we have an hour and 57 minutes to go, actually.
Yeah, it rounds down, no matter what. It is a poorly designed system.
Oh well.
I think actually at 100 minutes it'll change to minutes.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And then the rounding doesn't matter so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have 9,002 backers now, so they're coming in pretty quick.
Oh, crazy.
Hot and heavy. So we will, so the Wizard School at the very least will be available on dftba.com. We're also going to try to get it into some game stores. No idea how successful we'll be because we are a brand new game company and that is a difficult thing to do. But Yeah. So we're trying to have that be a thing. It certainly won't be like everywhere. It's not going to be in Target. It's yeah. What? That's a good question for Eric. What do you have to do to get a game in like a real or like nationally distributed?
Like Target?
Yeah.
That's a good question. If I had a really great answer, I'd probably be doing better than I am. No, but
you're doing pretty good.
No, I'm not doing good.
$40,000 Kickstarter.
But you have to have a lot of great fans who want it, because they only pick games that are doing really well. And then you actually, I mean, there's literally like a 20-page form where you make promises that your warehouse will never ever burn down, and that you can always support, however many games they want.
Right, because if they have that shelf space, like dedicated to a thing, and the thing isn't there, they're losing money every second.
Yeah, we actually tried it with Evil Baby Orphanage.
Oh wow!
And for one reason or another, we did not catch their attention.
Oh, so you pushed it toward them and they ignored you.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much.
However that pushing happens.
No, I'm going to turn this off.
Were you going to turn off your fish tank?
Yeah, the lights all went on.
Oh.
So instead of being backlit again. One more.
Opening up my Facebook. Okay, question.
Hey, you posted that thing that I sent you today.
What?
Elizabeth Gilbert. Wasn't that cool? The art people draw when they're they stop drawing when they're a kid and then they.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
You explained it much better than I did.
Well, no, I think you explained it perfectly.
It's just want me to draw you a kitty dragon.
I do. Somebody said this new Dan and Phil video is almost 30 minutes long, which makes me extremely curious.
Everyone take a 30-minute break, watch the video.
I mean, we have to remember what's important.
So if I look distracted, it's because I remembered that once this thing is done, I can't edit the page anymore. So I have to go in and update links and put graphics that we want to live forever on this Kickstarter page.
Won't let you edit it again? That's crazy.
Yeah. Once it's done, it's done. So I'm graphicking.
I also just got distracted by a text message that had nothing to do with anything, which I thought it would, but I was wrong. There is now 112 minutes to go. Oh, you changed the thumbnail to funded.
We are now funded.
Wow, that I guess is worth doing. With 100.
It's mostly to let people know that dftbagames.com is going to be a thing.
Oh yes, dftbagames.com. Is it currently a thing at all?
It's a very pathetic thing at the moment.
Okay. Oh, that is the most pathetic thing. Oh yeah.
We just got access to dftb.com 3 hours ago.
Okay.
So it's not a website, but it's gonna be, and that's gonna be a great place to figure out what's coming, and hopefully get links to order the game and things like that.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the Velocirat and the Centaur John, which I want to post on Tumblr right now. He's so beautiful. What a big flowing tail he has.
I wasn't sure if that quote on the book was going to be too obscure, but it made me laugh.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, that's one of John's most famous quotes.
That's good.
Are there any of we showed the me in the last video, but that hasn't been colored yet, right?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I ended up coloring John because he was going to be green, and that was part of the whole thing.
Right.
So I selected. I'm sorry. I'll do it soon.
John the Green Centaur.
Yeah, it was kind of part of the joke.
Yeah.
And then I still need to do you with goth.
Oh God, you do.
Which I started, but it's not anything that I can show people yet.
Oh, I'm now posting something on my Tumblr, so that's why now I'm being quiet.
Everyone do work and say
I'm
nothing on this live stream.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but I started doing the little kitty dragon marker sketch, so that's why I'm quiet. And I'm eating sweet potato fries.
Yeah, we're really kind of jealous about that one.
Well, come over. I'm in Massachusetts. You could be here in a few hours.
That's a lot.
I'll make
a
you
lot of hours.
fries, and we can play Risk.
How many minutes left in there? There's only Okay, posted. I'm gonna go back to the chat and I'm gonna look and see what you guys are asking. How about Goth Hank? What happened to that? It's gonna happen. We're gonna have Goth Hank. Will that be the younger? I think that'll be the younger version of me.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Some people were asking why I didn't make you a centaur either, but I thought that the centaur came from the live chat.
It did.
And I had already drawn you.
Yes, you had. I think that we have one centaur. It's not necessary to have more than one centaur.
Yeah.
And I understand that John and I are brothers. How delayed is the live stream? I'm saying I think we're about like a minute and a half behind you. So that's happening. I just heard about the live stream. It isn't about to end, is it? No! We've got 2 more hours left until Wizard School is no longer available through Kickstarter, and you will have to wait longer than other people to get it. I think that we're probably going to hit $450,000.
We might get there.
I think it's going to happen.
That was my guess, actually, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That was very prescient of you.
I'm wicked smart. I can only talk in a Boston accent if I try. I just slipped out.
Where are you from? From?
From Nahant, Massachusetts. The smallest town by area in Massachusetts. It's right on the water, and it's like this tiny little double island that's connected to the mainland by a causeway. It's like 30 minutes north of Boston.
And that's where you were born and raised?
Where I was born and raised, and then I went to the University of Vermont for a few years. I went to art school in Florida. I moved to Kansas for 2 years, and now I'm back in Swampscott, which is like 2 towns over. That is the history of Karen.
And you've never been anywhere else?
No, well, actually, I mean, I've never been out of the country, which is kind of
really?
sad. I know, it's sad, but because I've started doing all these Comic-Cons, I've gotten to travel a lot in the last couple of years, which has been awesome. So, like Seattle, California, Chicago, Phoenix, Denver, Florida, all sorts.
You should go to a European Comic-Con. You could go to Comic-Con.
Next year's Star Wars Celebration is in London, so fingers crossed I get into that one, because that would be. And you know what opens the night before Star Wars Celebration is the new Harry Potter play.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to get tickets to that night.
Well, maybe. Never say never. We'll see. I know people. Actually,
calling some favors.
Yeah, right. I thought you were good friends with J.K.
I am not. Imagine that.
I thought we joked about it on the last live stream.
I feel like there's a chance she knows that I exist.
That's messed up.
Which is pretty cool.
Well, your brother favorited my tweet about his centaur today, and I was like, oh, John Green knows I exist.
John Green has known you exist for a long time.
What?
Sell your shirts.
Stop. Oh, yeah, I'm right next to you in Marblehead. Somebody's right next to me in Marblehead.
What's Marblehead?
Marblehead is the town next to Swampscott, which is where I am. There are school rivals.
I thought for a second Marblehead was some kind of like T-shirt selling website.
No, it's the birthplace of the American Navy. Though I think Beverly, Massachusetts fights with them over that, or Gloucester. I can't remember which one.
I love small towns.
Yeah.
I'm special cuz.
Yeah.
Missoula sometimes calls itself the Paris of the West. I'm like, well, Paris is the Paris of the West. Missoula is not the Paris of the American West, which is what you mean.
What's
on?
Well, when I was in Kansas, people would be like, these buildings are so old. They were built in the 1800s. I was like, in Swampscott, Marblehead, and Salem, we have buildings that were built before the country was founded. I mean, there are little plaques on everything that says, you know, built in 16 whatever or.
Yeah, I mean, in Orlando, where I grew up, people were like, "Oh, this building is from the 50s. So old. We have to preserve it." Oh my God, this dog is amazing.
Okay, I've updated links. I think we're good. I can talk now.
Okay.
All right. My kitty dragon has the pencil part done, and now I'm going to start inking him.
Ooh, look at you. You are talking and drawing at the same time.
And eating.
And eating.
I know, it's messed up.
That's
doing
impressive.
none of those things. I got to open the live stream back up so I can see what's up with the chat.
Yeah, I can actually read chat this time.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. I didn't do that last time.
Missoula is the Berkeley of Montana. That's kind of accurate. I mean, if there is a Berkeley of Montana, Missoula is definitely it. We've got some Orlandans in the chat. Hello, Orlando people. Max says that Hank is John's dad. That is inaccurate if you were discussing Hank and John Green. There probably is a Hank out there who has a son named John. So I'm not going to say that you're totally inaccurate. But just to be clear, John is my older brother, not my son. Do I get extra points for watching this in my Evening of Awesome shirt? You do. Did you get it as part of the mystery shirts? Because I saw a lot of people got Evening of Awesome mystery shirts. If you did, yes, you get extra credit. If you got that Evening of Awesome shirt at the actual show, then you get extra credit. Some of the buildings in Mike Perry's town are 500 to 600 years old. I mean, that's great and everything, but if you live in St. Augustine, Florida, there's a building that's like about that old, actually. Not that much older than that. Never mind. Time. But there's also all kinds of places in like in Europe that are thousands of years old.
That are much older, yeah.
Freaks me out.
Yeah.
Still standing up, not falling over.
It's weird.
My dog just got abducted by my wife because my dog was clearly very hungry.
Mm-hmm.
This person is from Shropshire. Once people know, which is I've now made a problem because now people are I'll be telling everyone where they are from, and that will make the chat difficult. If you have questions, we are happy to answer them. And Karen is currently drawing a kitty dragon. I am excited about this. Where is it?
What, the kitty dragon?
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Ah,
I'm starting to ink him.
that's so exciting. Are you going to color it too?
Yeah, I've got all my markers over here, which I don't. Let me see if I can. See that tower right there?
Oh my goodness.
These are all markers. They're all like by color. It's hard to
But
see.
they're not all the same. There's like, how many colors do you have? Hundreds.
Well, there's lots of colors.
There are lots of colors.
And I have a little bit of a Copic marker.
You've got what kind of a marker?
They're Copics, and they are like the best markers ever.
How many dollars of markers is that there?
How many dollars worth?
Yes.
You don't want to know.
That is sort of what I assumed.
These are about anywhere from 5 to 7 each.
Wow. That is a lot of dollars of markers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you
my
make
job.
that.
It's my
That's
job.
how you make your living. That's your raw materials.
That's right.
You add value to those markers with your skill,
I don't know I would go that far, but
and then you create. Well, I mean, in terms of capitalism, this is exactly what happens. You create value that didn't exist before, and then that value then exists in the world.
I just wish that they weren't quite so expensive, but they're amazing. Because I mean, I
Sponsorship.
I know. I mean, I spent from art school, I did all sorts of different mediums. I've done acrylics, I've done oils, watercolors, colored pencils, ink, everything. And it wasn't really until I got my Cintiq that I draw on the screen and started finding these Copic markers that I really, it took me a long time to find them. But so now that I found them, I'm buying all of them.
Every color you make.
Well, they have so many, like, these are all just different shades of blue.
Yeah.
There's so many, and they're so pretty.
100 minutes to go.
We have 100 minutes to go.
Woo! And we've picked up 41 backers in just that. That's crazy.
Do we have 9,041 now?
42.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. You can't forget that one person.
I'm sorry.
Just
Karen,
a minute, I'll be right back.
Hercules, his name is Jercules, wants to know, do you have a DeviantArt?
I do have DeviantArt. I've been on there for, yeah, now I'm kind of curious. Let me look it up.
You don't know your own DeviantArt?
I don't go on there as much anymore. I update it, but I'm on Facebook more and Twitter and Instagram. But I've been on DeviantArt. I think it's just Kay Hallion for 11 years.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I forgot that it had been around that long.
It's been around for a long time.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
Are you on DeviantArt right now?
Wizard School stuff there.
Yeah.
And you got...
Oh god, don't go through my DeviantArt because there's some really old stuff in there.
Well, there's some new stuff
I
too.
wonder if I can get through there quicker before you can get rid of some stuff.
Gonna delete a bunch of your DeviantArt?
Well, there's stuff going back from 11 years. I mean, I guess it's good because it shows growth and everything, but it's a little... Yeah, there's a tarot deck that I was working on a long time ago, and I never finished, like an Art Nouveau tarot deck.
Oh yeah. Is like nerdy themed?
No, this was, you know, I only started doing geek and nerdy art in the last 4 or 5 years, maybe? And I think this is from 2005. Ooh.
Interesting. Look at all your old stuff. It's nice.
Yeah.
There's an octopus hair woman.
I did a whole series of mermaids and octopus. I did a series of geisha. I did a series of, like, steampunk, iron women, things like that. I illustrated a children's book, which is on Amazon, which is not very good.
Don't get it. It's available for sale. It's awesome.
They gave me, you know, there's been all this talk lately because of Will Wheaton and the Oatmeal and Huffington Post being like, you know, don't ever work for free. This was a classic case of me being just out of art school and someone wanting me to illustrate a children's book and needing 60 illustrations in 2 months and saying that they would pay me. They didn't give me any money up front. There wasn't anything. They were like, it's exposure. And I think it made me $1 million. Because when you're starting out, you want to get your work out there if you can, but it's not always a good idea.
Yeah, that's harsh.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of
the name of the book, and I'm not going to tell you.
Don't buy it. Not only is it not very good, but it was exploitative.
Yeah. It was a learning experience.
It's very interesting for me as I've started to hire people, to hire designers, to hire creative people, writers, and also less creative people, bookkeepers, and that sometimes I will say, like, I would like you to design this, or they will have already designed something and I will be like, I would like to print this or sell this somehow, and I have found that artists often, like, tremendously undervalue themselves, especially young artists.
Yeah.
And then I have to be like, no, I'm going to send you twice as much money.
Yeah, it's hard because there are so many people out there that want you to work for exposure or want you to work for free. And then it's a lot of artists do, like I go to conventions and I'll be selling my prints for X amount of money, but I'll see somebody across the way selling it for like a third of what I'm selling.
Mm-hmm.
And I know their art is worth, it's not that their art is less than mine, they just don't quite think that they can do that. I'm like, how are you even making your expenses?
Yeah. Yeah, I have also, like, I have a hard time when I'm doing creative things because you kind of lose track of time. Like, it's like that wonderful like place where you're like in the zone, you're doing the thing, and it doesn't seem like it takes that much time unless you time it. You know, unless you actually pay attention and you're like, oh, if I actually like clocked in at my creative job, I would see that I'm spending 10 hours a day doing this and getting paid $50.
Well, it's also all the work that took you to get up to there. Like sometimes people are like, you make it look so easy, and I am able to do the sketch card like this, but it took me 15 years to be able to do this.
Yeah.
To take all of that into account. But when I did that owl for you, the fact that it was an hour, it took me, I draw for 15 minutes and then I would pause it because my hand would start to hurt or because I needed to look something up and things like that too. But it's tricky to put money in art and money in creativeness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game design is strangely similar. It's actually potentially harder to get into, because you know, with art you just sort of put it out there and people see it, and if it's good, people like it. With game design, you probably can't get most people to play your game if you're not known.
Right.
I literally to get into game design, I had to pay for it.
You had to like pay to create a game, or
yeah, I pretty much had been. We made a game and we had to put out however much dollars just to print it, hoping that someone would buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So and you know, at conventions now, I get tons of game designers coming by with their games, and they have their elevator pitch, and I probably play about maybe 1 in 10 or 15 of them that come by. It's just, I mean, it's a ton of people doing it or trying to think it's the best job in the world, and it's pretty cool. I won't lie, but it's like if I look back on my life and I'm like, I'm glad I took the plunge and got into game design. I would tell my younger self, don't do that, you won't succeed. Because now I know now I've seen the industry long enough to know how dumb a quitting my job moment was 8 years ago. But hey, I can't complain now.
Yeah. Especially not after our $448,000 Kickstarter as of now, with 93 minutes to go.
That's crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah, we've got what do we got? We have a game. I have it right here in my special edition fancy box that you can't get anymore because that Kickstarter perk sold out. And inside it has these really poorly done graduation and student cards that are just clearly for playtesting. I think one of these has on the back of it. Just notes. Just a bunch of things that we need to fix.
Yeah, it's actually
those mock-ups. I would just start being like blah 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 blah. Text here, something funny here.
Yeah.
Strangely, one of the biggest mistakes you can make in playtesting is giving your first playtest audience cards with graphics, because then they're like, "Oh, this game looks great," and then you're like, "No, I actually need feedback about plays," and then you don't have anywhere to take notes. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, from the writer perspective, I liked seeing what jokes hit when I was, when some, like, probably the current playtest deck that I have is like 30% of the flavor text is there.
Yeah.
And I liked to see who, like when people would read their cards, they'd be like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, I'm curious. Which ones were the ones that really were people reacted to?
I don't know.
About that one too.
Put Hank on the spot some more.
I don't remember.
All the time. Draw this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Got.
My favorite is still the semi-sentient lunch meat.
Yeah.
I do think that also, as you know, as we sort of the three of us exist in the Wizard School world a little more. I mean, it's from my perspective, it seems like we're a lot more comfortable with, you know, the flavor text is getting backstory and it's creating backstory, and they're starting to weave together in kind of really exciting ways to create a world to live in, more than just one-off jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And I really like that. That feels really interesting to me, and it also like feels like there should be short stories in this world, and maybe people will write those short stories, or maybe we will have, you know, maybe I will write those short stories. Maybe we will have someone I like write those short stories.
I thought of an idea for a book based on the animals that I think we should do. Which,
oh, wow.
Well, not a book, but like the ABCs of the mutant animals or the magical animals. Like V is a rat, and you do like one or two funny things about it, and I do the illustrations, and we come up with 26 different mutant animals.
So it's like Wizard Preschool.
Yeah, well, it could be like a children's book or an adult's book, or it could also be a coloring book too, but I thought that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
I mean, not that we don't have anything else to do.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, so I stare at these things all the time, and I would use those.
Yeah, I
would use those constantly.
Yeah, but I thought that would be kind of fun.
But I think, I mean, going in pure game design theory, I think people like games where they get to be in a world where it's not just playing cards and not just winning or losing, where they get to actually, like, when they're playing Wizard School, they get to be in a world of Wizard School while they're doing it, and know that there's background and history and just, you know, it's a place to exist, not just to have a quick game.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and I like our world. It's it turned out really well. I sort of had this sort of vague idea of what you know, what would be an interesting. You know,
so Hank, are you gonna do your song again at some point?
Which song?
There's a song?
I came in at like the last 20 seconds of a song about Wizard School.
Well, that's an old song. It's called "This Isn't Hogwarts."
Okay.
It's not actually about,
I only heard the few minutes we had Wizard School, and so I thought.
It's about a high school student who is not pleased with what they not pleased with their lot in life, that they are not at Hogwarts, and yeah, that I wrote that song ages and ages of years ago, and yes, it is definitely about. It is not about a wizard school though, and I also wrote a song called Book 8, which I played before that, before you guys showed up, which is about how I wish that there was an 8th Harry Potter book, and there kind of is now with the play. But there also kind of is with just, you know, with all of the things that people do with, you know, that are inspired by Harry Potter, and of course Wizard School is inspired by Harry Potter, and I like the idea that it's its own, you know, it's not in the Harry Potter universe, but it's its own take on what that would be like, you know, what like, you know, how like if magic exists, then what does a school look like? And Harry Potter and Hogwarts is one version of that, and Wizard School is another, where, you know, magic exists, and school actually turns out to be a lot more like the school that we actually currently have.
Mm-hmm. All right, lines are done.
Oh yeah, lines are done. Oh, you talk.
Well, I gotta talk so that you can see it. Is that because you won't? Does it work? Can you see it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. You guys
I'm
just
nodding because it's.
All right.
We're both sitting here nodding, trying to get.
All right. Time to color. Use purple.
Oh yeah, use those expensive. How long do those markers last for? Those $7 markers.
It depends. Well, it's hard for me to know because whenever I find a color that I use a lot, I buy like 17 of them, because one of the worst things you can do is be coloring and get halfway through and have the marker die. So it's hard for me to gauge. And the other thing that I do is even when they're dead, I will still dry brush with their sad little corpses because I can then use that as like a little... So I almost never throw them away, but that also means that I will pick one up and be like, oh, this one's dead. Oh, this one's dead. Oh, this one's dead. So...
You know, you've got markers nearby. You could draw on the marker that it's dead.
What?
I'm just saying, you've got markers. You could use the markers to tell yourself when a marker is dead or not.
Well, that would be really organized.
And also, you'd be using up that expensive ink.
Yeah. I'm kind of running low on them right now. I kind of need to make a Copic marker run.
A run?
Yeah.
Go drop a few $100 at the Copic marker store.
Yeah. All right, Kitty Dragon, purple.
Purple Kitty Dragon.
Purple Kitty Dragon.
Apparently, you can replace the ink cartridges in Copic.
You can. I make a huge mess when I do, and then my hands are stained for days and days. But yes, you can. I have some. Some of the ones I use a lot, I do sometimes will do that. But like I said, I still use it out. What?
I had not yet seen anyone who had figured out what the Latin.
Oh, did somebody figure it out?
Yeah, because if you type it into Google Translate, it's like you shouldn't soil or something. Because Latin is weird. It has a lot of words that mean multiple things, and you know, it's just weird. Latin is very weird. But Hannah H. I'm not sure how Hannah H. figured this out, but declaratively said in the chat, it means just do not fail, which is exactly what we meant for it to mean. So either she knew that somehow, or she is really good at translating exactly what we mean from obscure Latin.
Because if we need to change it, we have 84 minutes.
Well, I mean, we could still change it. I actually have played with the idea of having it just say, you know, just do not fail, because Latin is weird. And if you type it into Google Translate, it's very confusing. We've got a question from somebody, Jacob, who asks, what are the chances of the game becoming available in shops in the UK because the shipping extra is annoying? Probably not super likely.
You say that, but you're wrong.
Oh, I'm wrong!
Oh, snap.
I actually know a very good distributor for UK and EU.
Okay.
And they will be talked to.
Okay. So maybe it will happen. How long would that take to set up, do you think, Eric?
It will get to the UK later than it will get to US stores.
Well, I apologize for the ocean.
Well, they're getting Star Wars before we are, aren't they? So.
Well, they're definitely getting the Harry Potter play before we are.
Yeah. Somebody's getting Star Wars like a day, or I thought it was London, or maybe it was Paris.
That's very strange. Why would they do that?
I don't know. I think it's kind of mean.
It's totally mean. All right, we've had 9,095 backers. We're $100 away from getting 3,000% funded here at.
That sounds pretty good.
What?
That sounds pretty good.
It sounds pretty good. In fact, if we could just raise that 1,000 and stop, that would be great. We could have exactly 450,000. Also, if we could reach that at the moment that we hit 9,100 backers, that would also be great. And just stay right there. Just so
engage OCD forever.
Yes. I will amend my statement and say, please back our Kickstarter if you are able, and it will not put you in a financially dangerous position. Hey, a cat!
Yeah, this is the cat who likes to chew on Wizard School cards.
Oh, I bet. Happy cat is a hungry cat. That's a hungry cat.
She's just an affectionate cat.
Oh, really?
You better have food, because either that or the dog got it.
Yeah, my cat never does that kind of love unless it needs something. What kind of cat is that? Look at those ear tufts.
Yeah, this is she is a Maine Coon, and that is the defining feature, other than being gigantic.
Yeah. Adorable and very hairy. All right, let's check out our chat. What's the name of the cat? People want to know.
The cat is named Red.
Red. That was the name of my dog growing up.
We had a second cat named Blue, who didn't make it.
Didn't make what?
Well, it was actually kind of traumatizing because the cat was still really young.
Oh.
Put it in.
And we moved into a new house, and she found a dead rat and ate it. That had been poisoned by the previous owners.
Oh.
So it poisoned her.
Yeah.
So now we just have Red.
That's sad.
Somebody asked, I saw it go by, what kind of fish you have, Eric?
I actually have wild strain guppies. Not the fancy guppies you see in the store, but like original, genetically modified guppies.
Original flavor.
Modified, I can't say that. Genetically modified guppies. Wow.
Yeah, they do all kinds of weird stuff to guppy DNA.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah. They make them glow.
What?
They make them like bright colors.
Yeah, a lot of time though, that's just like injecting dyes into the fish. It's really terrible.
Oh.
Yes, they do all three of the things. They selectively breed them to be weird. They actually modify them genetically. They modify their genes to be weird, and they do chemical treatments to them to make them weird. It's very strange.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you keep fish, try to find wild strains of fish, because that's just kinder to the world.
But you mostly don't have fish. You mostly have plants.
Yeah. Yeah. The fish are just there to kind of poop and
Offset the plants.
Fertilize the plants.
It's a funny. You just really like growing plants. You know, I had an idea for a game that was just, and this is the most boring idea, just a plant sim. Just, you develop new abilities to get more light, to grow your plant bigger, to create more seeds, to create the next generation of plants, and you just build a plant. And
well, there are tons of successful apps where you just do a little fish tank on your phone.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's actually kind of what you do is when you do like little aquascapes, and you kind of make them try and look pretty.
Is that what you're doing behind you?
Yeah, kind of. That one's more just sort of a growing tank. You
have aquascapes elsewhere?
I do. And I can't really show you, because it's like right there. It's like right where I look.
So you've got like one that's actually nice.
Yeah.
One we can't.
Oh, that kind of hurt, Hank.
Well, that's what you said, not what I said.
But it's a very Japanese and German thing.
Okay.
The Japanese and Germans love their fish tanks, which is awesome. I want to go there.
Victor asks, how long did it take to get the 5 backers who threw in $500 each? It wasn't immediate. It wasn't the first day. It was...
It was within the first week, though, because I was watching that pretty closely as I was going to be the one to draw it. It was quick. It was quicker than I expected.
How many backers? Sorry.
5? Oh, how many backers?
$500 backers.
Oh, it was... Yeah, no, it was the first day or two, yeah.
And then we dropped... Well, somebody dropped out recently, but then it got scooped back up again.
Yeah. It dropped, so I tweeted about it and let people know.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat. If anybody has any ideas for games, we're a games company. We do that. You could let us know. We probably won't do them.
There's a 1 in 15 chance of us taking a closer look, as I established earlier.
Sarah wants to know if I'd write a Wizard School song. That sounds like something I might do. It's not something that I've done or started doing, though, just to be clear.
Maybe like a school, what are those called? Not motto.
Oh, yeah. God, what's that called?
I don't know. That's going to bother me now.
Fight song?
No.
No?
Is it a fight song? Well, school fight song, but there's a school, like, anthem? No. School. I'm looking because I bet you somebody in the chat is going to know.
I'm just going with theme song.
What is the school song called? No, that didn't work. Google is not my friend in this case.
Maybe it's a fight song, but I feel like, the Huggy Hogwarts one wasn't necessarily a fight song.
Yeah, that's a fight song.
What?
That's probably a fight song.
It wasn't.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Saying anthem. Alma mater. I thought fight song. Alma mater. Alma mater? Am I saying?
No, alma mater.
I thought that was like the.
It's just the place you graduated from.
Yeah, that's what I thought. My high school doesn't have a mascot. We're called the Big Blue.
Just the color.
Big
just
blue.
a big blue, big banner.
Yep.
Of blue.
Big Blue.
I'm not sure I can say my high school
alma mater. So apparently, maybe it is an alma. What is an alma mater? Alma mater.
I always thought that was where you graduated from.
The
Your
school, college, or university that you once attended, or the anthem of a school.
See, the chat is so smart.
Well, you said that too.
I did?
Maybe not. Maybe you just read it out of the.
I'm totally gonna take credit for it. I totally said that. Now I think I read it.
Yeah, I like the idea of writing a Wizard School fight song.
That'd be
I
fun.
think that'd be fun. But now, do we have to come up with like who are their rivals?
Oh,
my
well,
God, the
that's
world
an
is
expansion
getting
waiting
bigger.
to happen.
Oh,
School
dear.
rivalry. It's so weird to me. There's this Beach Boys song called "Be True to Your School." And it's from that era. I think it's from the 50s or early 60s, and it's just all about how great school is and how attached I feel to the idea of my school and how sort of like loyal to my school I am, how hard I work and to do and be the good, and it's just such a foreign idea to me because I had no loyalty to my school at all. I still have no loyalty to my high school. It was so big. It felt like just a system that I was placed inside of, and that none of the things were set up for me to actually enjoy. Not the kind of thing that I would enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hate high school, but I kind of felt like kind of on the outside. I wasn't popular, but I wasn't unpopular. I didn't get picked on, but I didn't really have a lot of friends. I had people that I knew and knew me, but I just kind of was there.
You just didn't know anybody.
I knew everybody because it was a small school, but I didn't hang out with anybody on the weekends or anything.
450.
450!
450.
Kitty Dragons coming along.
9,119.
Yeah, I went to a little hippie Berkeley high school with like 105 students. So it was actually kind of a rewarding experience. I liked high school.
Huh.
Yeah. We had like 3,000 students.
Yeah.
I don't know how many we had, but it was somewhere in between there. But growing up in Nahant, from kindergarten to 6th grade, there were only like 20 of us. And then they bussed us over to Swampscott. So that was it was tiny back then. One of the people that I went to kindergarten all the way up is now an actor on, I think I told you guys this. What is that show? The League? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Mantzoukas.
Yeah.
But yeah, the school is like this big.
You're more famous than him, though.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to drawing my kitty dragon. Whatever.
You're
Stop! Don't talk about me. Go back to the chat.
the most.
No, chat. Let's see. What do we
Okay,
got?
going back to the chat, not talking about Karen.
Thank you, because I'm blushing. Don't do
I
that.
think chat's talking about Karen though.
No!
Are
don't.
there wizards? Does Wizard School have colors? That's actually kind of a Karen question. What is the colors of Wizard School?
I don't know. I mean, the crest
It's a little
is
teal.
mostly turquoise. Yeah, that teal turquoise and purple. And that's what the kitty dragon is. And I almost feel like he's the unofficial mascot, but I don't know. We haven't really made him the mascot.
No, yeah, but it seems like it because Kitty Dragon is like up on top of the crest, over the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So are those?
I think Kitty
I
Dragon.
mean, I always looked at those. We have 4 animals on the crest, so it kind of makes me think there's 4 different factions. Or, I don't want to use the H word.
Especially because here in America we don't have those.
Right.
But, yes, I think they are representative of the different virtues of the student body.
Which one would you be in?
I would want to be in the octopus house.
I think everyone does.
I don't know. I like the duocorn.
There's the duocorn.
I think Hank might be a hidden duocorn.
Shut up. There's what else is there? What are the other ones?
Scorpelican and
Scorpelican.
Dragon Kitty.
And Kitty. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Scorpelican is a little bit of the harsher house, maybe.
The darker,
Yeah.
more.
Kitty Dragon is just very friendly and capable. We have to now. I have to write what the different things.
I know. The more I draw, the more you have to write.
Yeah, that's fine.
The more you write, the more I have to draw. It's like a never-ending.
The world wants to create itself, I think is the...
Jessica suggests that maybe it's a mascot for every grade level.
Oh.
So all the sophomores are Scorpelicans, all the juniors are octopi, and all the seniors are kitty dragons, or maybe the freshmen are kitty dragons.
No, the freshmen need to be the duocorns. That's the freshman.
Yeah, a little dopey.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Cute though.
So we're just going to change the difficulty levels to completely abstract animal terms.
Probably not.
It's actually one of the recurring questions we have from our European backers, who are like, "What's a sophomore?"
What's a sophomore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're teaching them about how American schools work.
But for those people, I think we are gonna put a little other indication of the difficulty.
Yeah.
I think would probably be wise.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my thought was that the colors on the backs of the cards would be maybe.
I think we'll do a little bit of something like that.
Blue to red, kind of look.
The hotter the color, the harder it is.
Yes.
Well, I was always surprised when I was our teacher at how many of the kids didn't know warm and cool colors and which ones they were and what the complementary colors were. So now I'm curious, do you guys know what the warm and cool colors are?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Either one of you? Or the chat?
Red, orange is warm, like fire.
Red, there's 3.
Red, orange, yellow.
There you go.
Green, blue, purple.
And then what are the opposites?
Blue is opposite orange. Red is opposite green. Yellow is opposite purple.
I would not have said that. That is not what I would have said. So
You just have to remember that Christmas is a thing, and it's a thing because the colors are complementary.
What?
red and green? That's why Christmas exists.
It is the number one reason.
From each other on the color wheel, so when you put them next to each other, they make each other more vibrant.
Exactly.
And I'm sure there's a more technical reason, but.
And I always remember blue blue and orange because people always think that's the worst combination. I don't like blue with orange, but it works.
Yeah. Yellow and purple are pretty good too.
Well,
Yellow
that's
and
because
purple
they're complementary, Karen.
It's almost Hank is this close to being wearing opposites. The yellow, but then he's got the blue.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I don't. I feel like I don't need to know the color wheel because when I'm designing, it's right there in Photoshop, and I can just.
Well, I didn't think I needed to know how to spell until I started using Photoshop, and there's no spell check. So you should still know this stuff.
Yeah,
The appropriate use of apostrophe.
designing stuff in Microsoft Word, and I'll need to know complementary colors.
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't get spell checked in Photoshop. Oops.
Oh yeah. Oh man, all the time. That's. Yeah. I don't know why not. Why don't they just have that?
I don't know. They think artists can spell better than anybody else because it's really not the case.
That's the worst misconception ever.
I don't know why they don't have spell check, but really, Photoshop, could you please get on that, please?
Now, I had a friend who worked at Adobe for a while, and while it's a great company, apparently they just have so many sort of different products that they've absorbed.
Yeah.
That they're constantly kind of trying to make things work together.
I used Photoshop at such a basic level. Like somebody was asking me when you posted that video of me coloring if I used layers or masks or something, and my computer knowledge is so minimal. I really just use it as a fancy way to color. Like I know that when I would color over the lines and then I would go back and erase it, I know there are much quicker ways to do it. It's just for me, it's very soothing. I love to actually feel like even though it's digital, I'm doing it for real.
So instead of just like doing a color fill.
Yeah, you could easily do that. I just like to actually color it.
Huh.
I probably could cut back on my time, maybe a little bit, but then.
Yeah, Sharon, you have about 100 more things to draw for us, so.
Yeah.
Time management.
Oh, it's stressing me out.
Hi, Kitty.
How terrified are you of all of the things you have to draw, Karen?
On a scale of 1 to 1,000, I'd say probably, what are we at, 9,142 backers? I'd say right around 9,000.
Aw.
Yeah. Aw.
I hate to have made your life hard.
No, you didn't. You made my life awesome. I'm excited. I just, whenever the only thing that got me nervous was when people were like, can't you put the game out sooner? I was like, no.
Yeah, definitely not.
No. We could put the game out sooner. It would just be way worse.
Yeah, we could put it out. We could put it out like next month.
But the art
wouldn't have art.
It would be black and white or sketches, or it would not be.
No, I don't know.
What color background for Kitty Dragon?
Yeah, Kitty Dragon.
What color background? Yellow because it's complementary, or more like green or blue?
I think yellow.
Yellow.
Hank's feeling color wheel peer pressure now.
Yeah, that's what it is. Kitty Dragon on the sun.
So Hank, how are you going to feel when our lives aren't dominated by this sort of nebulous number that keeps wanting to move?
I'm going to feel a tremendous amount of pressure to make a good game.
Yeah.
But I am excited about watching TV this evening because I've been running all around. For those who don't know, I was just in Portland and Seattle on emceeing for the Welcome to Night Vale guys. They're on their book tour. Their book just came out. It's really good. If you're interested in Night Vale or just in works of literature that defy expectation and description, it's very funny, also very poignant. They have a great way of being able to help me look at the world in a different way and help me look at myself in a different way. It's pretty remarkable, but at the same time, being really outlandish and hilarious.
So Hank, I got it about Night Vale.
Yeah.
Listen to the podcast. What do they do on their shows? I have no clue what they would do on a show for live.
Well, this wasn't a show. It was just a book tour, so they signed books, and I interviewed them, and then they answered questions from the audience.
Oh, okay.
But they do live shows, and they do lots of them, and
Yeah.
they you know, from what I could tell, like they're planning on continuing to do live shows for as long as they can. And it's like a staged reading of the podcast, except that it has more, like, a lot more audience stuff.
Okay.
So the audience sort of like becomes a part of the show in ways. It's really, they came to Missoula, and so I was able to see it, and it's hilarious. It's kind of strange because it's like watching a radio show.
Yeah.
But they get the audience involved, and
Yeah, no, I love the podcast. I just couldn't quite wrap my head around what they would do live.
Yeah.
But it sounds awesome.
Yeah, and then they have like during the weather, they have like a musician come out and play some songs.
And that was you?
No.
You're not in Missoula? I thought you got involved.
I was an intern and I got killed,
Oh.
as the interns do.
Right.
So here's some interesting numbers. We have the number of pledges from different sources, where people have come from. So our top referrer is just people coming to the Kickstarter, which I assume is like, it says no information. So I don't know what that is. Next is Facebook, right there at the top. 17% of our pledges came from Facebook, and 1,000 came from the tabletop games page on Kickstarter. So we have 1,000 pledges that are just from people who found us through Kickstarter, at least, which is pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
Probably another 1,000 if you count up all the other Kickstarter sources, like search on Kickstarter and discovery and reminder emails and user profiles and the popular page and staff picks page, and also the Kickstarter Pittsburgh newsletter, which we got 79 pledges from. So
That's odd.
I'm thankful to the Pittsburgh Kickstarter newsletter.
I hadn't noticed that before.
It's weird. There's no other like city newsletter.
Yeah, I think that top one, the direct traffic no refer,
Mhm.
is people who like don't want cookies on their,
Right.
so they don't know where they came from.
Yeah. And then, but after the Kickstarter page, there's YouTube, and then Google, people searching for it, and then there is Twitter, and then way down below that is Tumblr, which I was surprised by. I figured Tumblr would have been super into Wizard School, and they're responsible for about 1/10 of the traffic as Facebook.
Yeah.
Interesting.
People on Tumblr they're just scrolling. There's too much good stuff there. They can't click on it. People on Facebook, they can go out. They're like, this is boring.
Hey, I'm mostly on Facebook, Tumblr guy. And my Facebook people came to the Kickstarter.
Sure
So,
did. That's also true. It might also be a lot of Karen's fans.
yeah, they're awesome. Facebook people. See, I was going to give you this. You want them? Should we give them to somebody? Who should we give them
Oh,
to?
look at that!
Yeah.
Well, we have to send some to our favorite
Yeah, I've got a bunch. I mean, I have.
You've done some already?
No, I mean, I have. This is all blank.
Oh. You've got cards. You've got raw material.
I actually started a different one tonight. I started a Queen Amidala.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Look at you.
Doing
An hour left in the Wizard School Kickstarter. There is one mere hour left. It's only 57 minutes.
What am I going to do without having that window up as a tab all the time and constantly
Yeah.
looking
I'll be able to reboot my computer.
Yeah, no, that would be nice.
Oh man, I'm looking at all the graphics that I made from the first one to Kickstarter, all that stuff we did. We made it happen. We did it. Good job, guys. I mean, not yet. 57 minutes to go. But
So actually, a lot of questions that are showing up in our comments this last hour or so are asking about the Christmas card.
Okay.
And how to get it.
Yes.
And that's an add-on that you can. So basically, you have to go into the manage button like, right under the big numbers that are going up, there's a if you've pledged as a manage, and you can go in and just manually up your number $5. After the thing, we have we're going to send out surveys. We're going to stay in contact with everyone, and we'll be like, you pledged $5 more. What did you want? Or you can do that with, if you want another game, you can add $20. If you want another expansion, you add 15. So we'll stay in contact, and actually, you can do that now, or actually, you will be able to add as well afterwards.
Yeah. So when you're checking out, or not checking out, when you're filling out the survey that tells us where your address is and such, you'll be able to get stuff, get extra copies of the game if you'd like that, or a Christmas card, or maybe some other things that we might have that I don't know if we're going to have.
Things we've been working on that aren't materialized quite yet.
Aren't done, for sure.
Interesting. Interesting. Should I draw the well-trained rabbit, the is it Anglerfish? Did I write that right? Anglerfish?
That's one thing we know Hank can draw.
I can do Anglerfish.
I want one. I'll trade you Please Dragon for one. Or should I draw the octopus?
Oh, the octopus sounds very complicated.
No. Or I could draw the bunch of kittens. Or the scorpelican.
Oh, scorpelican.
I'm looking at stuff I've already drawn, because I'm not sure, I'm not good at, I can't come up with stuff when everybody's watching me. I can draw stuff, I can, easier stuff, but I'm not going to come up with a whole new, well, I guess I could. I guess it'd be a challenge.
A whole new thing? You could do a whole new thing?
Oh, it's stressful. All right, what do you want me to draw?
I don't know. $500,000. $450,000.
Got me excited there, Hank. I had to look over.
Someone gave us $50,000. They're putting in a wholesale order. It's be an interesting way to use the add-on policy.
Which is another thing we've had several questions about. Shops actually asking about wholesale orders.
Oh, people are already wanting to buy it.
Yeah. Several shops have contacted us already. And yeah, we'll do it, I think. We just haven't figured it out yet. And we're going to... And first things first is getting it into, backers' hands before we get into the shops.
People want you to draw Lemon as a Pegasus.
Yeah. I need a picture of Lemon, not just a fleeting Lemon as he goes through the... Anglerfish on a cat. I
just typed in Lemon Green, the name of my dog, and it's just a bunch of pictures of limes. I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. People are like, oh yeah, what's the green lemon called? Lemon green dog. Oh, there it is. I've got, my dog and my cat in this picture. She looks so dumb. Oh my god, there's a picture of Lemon from when we first got her, and she doesn't have any gray on her face at all. Who the heck is that dog?
Oh.
Oh.
Cat on a Anglerfish. How would you draw that?
I don't know. It'd have to be a pretty big fish.
Yeah, but... Well, no. It was a cat on the Anglerfish. How about the Anglerfish wearing, little cat ears? Halloween, with the little
Yeah, he's got a Halloween costume on.
I'll do that. That won't take it.
Sorry, and I'm just looking at pictures of my dog because I'm obsessed.
You just got so distracted. I used to have a dog that was half Malamute, half Labrador. And his name was Tolkien. I used to call him Tolk, the good dog.
Greyhounds are actually, everyone asks, they must be super busy, hyper running around dogs.
Nope.
And no.
I've heard they're really good, they're very calm.
They're couch potatoes.
Yeah.
I always like to say, I'm guessing yours is a retired racer.
Yeah.
Well, I always like to say they take their retirement seriously.
Yeah.
They pretty much lay around.
Yep,
And
she lays
fart.
around. She's super good at laying around, and she likes to go outside once a day.
Pretty much.
And she likes to be fed as many times per day as we could. Just all the time.
Do they have like high metabolisms?
No, she just loves food.
Just loves food.
I could play a song if people would like me to play a song. I will look for suggestions. Oh, people are. I guess since we're talking about Anglerfish, I could play the Anglerfish song. I know how to play that one.
I don't know the origin of.
You don't know the origin of the Anglerfish?
No, I don't.
Well, I can tell you all about it. So I write songs, and I also really like biology. And I knew this story of how anglerfish make the next generation, which is very strange. And I was participating in a songwriting contest called the Masters of Song Fu. And remarkably, this song did not win that round, which is
mind blowing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other song was very good. I can't remember what it was. It was a Molly Lewis song, but I can't remember what Molly Lewis song it was. Anyway, it didn't win, but the prompt was write a happy song. So I wrote a song about being happy despite the fact that you...
Sorry, that was my text tone from my sister. Amy, could you not right now? Now she's gonna watch this and get embarrassed. I'm sorry.
So fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Oh, she just texted me Lemon the dog.
Oh.
So she's watching. Amy.
That's hilarious.
Lemon the dog.
That does not look like my dog. It looks like a pumpkin.
Oh yeah, she said that.
That's one of those not candy corns.
Invented by Satan to make me fat is what she said.
Oh, I do love those.
Mm-hmm.
I do love those.
So now Amy is in the live stream. I'm very sorry to have interrupted your. I'm very sorry.
So I wrote a song about being happy despite being an anglerfish, and how peculiar the life of the anglerfish is, which is all explained in the song. So. Yes, it's true that I once went through life as a guy who always had to rhyme life with strife. Yes, I've been burned and I've been spurned, and through it all, my friends, I've learned that love is not about whether you get stabbed, it's how slow the knife gets turned. But my friends, I found an animal who doesn't feel this pain, and my life is so much better now that I can feel the same. Oh, you can't eat the knife if you live your whole life without light, and you can't eat the dish if you've only ever eaten fish, and you can't feel alone if it's all you've ever known. Yeah, the deep-sea anglerfish has no reason to be happy, but it has no freaking idea what else to be. The deep-sea dwelling anglerfish has to find a mate. They are always there together when it's time to procreate. See, one dark night a young invites a female on her side, and then slowly he becomes a sperm-producing parasite. And if we can say he lives it all, he lives until she dies, and until that day he literally never leaves her side. Oh, you can't eat the night if you live your whole life without light, and you can't eat the dish if you've only ever eaten fish, and you can't feel alone if it's all you've ever known. Yeah, the deep-sea anglerfish has no reason to be happy, but it has no freaking idea what else to be. For years this rule has kept me out of hopeless despair. You simply do not feel what is always there. I ask my brain to entertain that pain is the same, that if I feel it all the time, can you really call it pain? Well, I don't have any friends and I don't have any hair, but neither does the anglerfish, and she doesn't care. Oh, you can't eat the night if you live your whole life without light, and you can't eat the dish if you've only ever eaten fish, and you can't feel alone if it's all you've ever known. Yeah, the deep-sea anglerfish has no reason to be happy, but it has no freaking idea what else to be.
Nice. That didn't win? Are you kidding me? Here's your little trick or treat with the cat.
Oh my God.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep. It's funny because he's very simple to draw, but things that are very simple to draw are almost harder because he's got. I looked at lots. I went online and I looked at tons of your signature of how you drew him, and there's a very and it's got a certain character to him, and to try to replicate that is really hard. It seems like he would have been one of the more simple cards, but he took no time to do it once I got it done, but it took a lot of
Right.
Less.
All right.
Show me again. Can I see the anglerfish again that you just stole?
Do. I gotta make noise so the camera looks at me.
Thank you.
Oh, you were erasing some stuff? You're like, I didn't do a good enough job.
No, see what I do is I do that really rough sketch that I just did, and then I erase it, but you can still, and if I keep talking, you can see it. See how you can still see it there?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to go over the drawing and refine it. And then if I have to, I'll erase it again and refine it until it's ready to be inked.
Okay. Neat.
Yep.
So much work.
Well, yeah, it's fun. Well, kind of.
But it's fun. Not actually. I hate it.
It's hard. It's fun, but at the same time, it definitely is work. This is fun because I'm being serenaded.
Jacob says that me apologizing for the ocean made him feel bad, and so he backed the game. I didn't mean for you to do that.
Guilt tactics.
Indeed, Eric said that it probably will be available in game stores in the UK. It's just going to be a while.
Hopefully not a long while, but a little while.
A little while. A little while.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to make it to 460?
I don't know. We got a shot.
Well, all right, let's do math.
All right, let's do math.
We didn't get into this for math.
I love math. I actually, if I wasn't going to go into art, I wanted to do something with math or politics.
Oh my.
I know it's random, but so if there's 7,000, and that's 42 minutes, that's 6. What is that? 7 goes into 42. How much do we have to do a minute? I mean.
$166.
Calculator.
I have a calculator right here because I'm a pro. I got it for free when I worked at the University of Montana. It says University of Montana on it. It also looks pretty gross and dirty, which I hadn't noticed until I gave it a good look, and now I know that.
It's about $160 a minute.
That's what I just said.
And then how many backers is that?
I was finding my calculator.
How many what? Backers. Oh.
Like,
the average blend is like $60, $50.
It's about 50.
35.
It's a little more than 3 backers per minute.
Yeah.
It's about what we're doing. So look at that.
5:15 was a good minute. We got 7 backers.
Wow. Whoa. How do we make every minute like 5:15?
That's a. What were you doing? I think you were singing.
Yeah, people were bored.
Oh, what's this? Let's go back. We spent money. Will he stop?
Pick Kickstarter and listen to music at the same time.
I actually have a strange attachment to one of your songs. I don't have a favorite pony.
Oh yeah, that's weird. That's a weird one to pick.
Well, it's because it was the song that you unveiled it in your video while you were the same video you told the world about Evil Baby Orphanage.
Oh, look at that.
So they're eternally connected for me.
See, that's funny because for me, when you did the cover of Sisters, I remember I had done from White Christmas. I had done a Sisters illustration, and then happened to see that and was like, you mentioned me by name. I was like, whoa. It's
so strange that you think that it's weird that I would mention you.
Of course it is weird. It's very weird.
So is it a good thing or a bad thing that our favorite Hank songs are actually for personal reasons that have nothing to do with the song themselves.
I think it's honest.
I'm going to put this 1 hour left message on John Green's Facebook page right now.
Nice.
You have...
Because I can do that.
Control.
I was very nervous about him seeing that John Centaur art.
About the real estate.
I don't know what's going on. Just
Yeah, he was going to be like, the secret's out.
What? You guys are looking at me like I just asked me something, but I didn't.
I'm not looking at you. I'm typing.
Okay, good.
I'm actually strangely obsessed with the minutes now. I get an email every time there's a Becker. So they kind of stack up.
What the best minutes are.
And now I'm like, if we don't get 3 this minute, I'm going to cry.
Oh.
No.
It's time to walk away from the...
Yeah, I know that'll be the best thing. 45 minutes from now, we don't have to log into Kickstarter.
Doot.
The angle's wrong.
I'm putting this like 1 hour left message on my Tumblr right now, which to me feels a little like people are like, yes, excellent news. He will stop talking.
We don't have to listen to it anymore. Would you just shut up already about the Kickstarter? We know.
Kickstarter really is a funny thing. Like, on one hand, you're doing something because you love it and you're passionate about it and you want to share it. And on the other hand, you have to be really annoying about it.
Yeah, you kind of do have to be kind of annoying about it. I'm about to be annoying on my Snapchat. Hey, Snapchat, there's only an hour left in the Wizard School Kickstarter. If you don't want Wizard School, cool. If you do, though, go there.
Okay, can I tell you, this is going to make me, I mean, I know I'm old, but older than both of you guys, but I saw that you posted about Snapchat, and I'm like, I should see what Snapchat's about. I spent 20 minutes, I still can't figure it out.
Oh, yeah, it's weird.
I don't know how to use it.
It's not well done. It is a poorly designed user interface, which is part of the charm. I like how poorly designed it is because it makes me feel like I have to work for it.
Okay, so it just made me feel really old. Like, I can't figure out this technology. I got Instagram. I know how to do Instagram. I got Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook. What else? I don't really use Google Plus very much. Yeah, Snapchat, I can't.
Yes, no one really uses Google Plus very much.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I mean, I was agreeing with you. As in, no.
I feel like it's LinkedIn, too. Like, I get all sorts of people who always want to friend me on LinkedIn, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, LinkedIn is weird. I'll go to LinkedIn every once in a while, and I'll notice that I have like 20 messages from people who are like, we would like to be business associates.
Yeah, I get that, too. I'm like, why?
Yeah, and I feel bad because sometimes there's like ways that you can pay to like get access to someone's LinkedIn inbox, and I'm like, you paid for this, and I literally didn't know it was there for the last 3 months.
Well, that's like the other folder in Facebook. I didn't know it was there for a long time, and then went in and had like 25 messages in there.
Yeah. There's an other folder
in Facebook?
There's an other. You get messages from your friends, but then there's an other folder for messages that are not people in your network.
Well, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I bet I got a bunch of those.
Oh, you didn't know that? I tried to friend you on Facebook, and it says that you are no longer taking requests because your request inbox is.
Yeah. I have to friend you.
Oh.
I just found the other box. I have a lot. I have 99 plus messages.
Yeah. I felt really bad because some of them I should have responded. Not a lot of them, but some of them I should have responded to. And I was like, I didn't even know this was here.
People are just being very nice, and it stretches back years. It's just years of people being nice to me. I'm still scrolling. We're in 2014 now.
I think I discovered it 2013 maybe? Beginning of 14. I feel like it was like a year or two ago.
I also have an interesting message in my inbox from a child who left his backpack at the park near my house. I found his backpack, and I looked inside to see if I could figure out where he lived. I couldn't, but I got his name, and I went on Facebook, and I found there's a guy with his name on Facebook, and I sent him a Facebook message. This was like a year ago at least, more than a year. And he messaged me this week, and he said, "Still got that backpack?" So he didn't know about the other folder either.
Yep. Not many people did. There were a lot of people who were kind of upset about it. I remember when that happened because we're like, we didn't know. And then there was a service that you could pay to be able to get people to see your messages more. I did not like that. That kind of felt.
I did not like that either. That made me very uncomfortable.
And I got I started getting kind of stalkery messages in that other folder too, so I stopped looking at it. So if anyone has sent me any messages from there, I haven't looked for a while.
Understandable.
Tumblr, I tried to turn off messages too because there's only so many inboxes I can answer, and I don't like messages not going unanswered. So I tried to turn off Tumblrs, and then went and found that it didn't really turn it off. Like I'm still getting messages.
It's turn offable.
Really? I couldn't figure out how. I'll have to look again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's turn offable.
I just don't like to. I can't manage all of those inboxes, and I don't like things to sit there.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel very bad. I get a lot of Tumblr messages, and I answer a tiny minority of them, and it's sad for me. I have 4 right now that I haven't looked at, but I look several times per day, and I just can't answer most of them.
All right.
Okay, I'm being stared at by a greyhound because I missed dinner time, so I'll be right back.
Okay. This dog is like, what? Why? What is going on?
Dog's like, I don't know what you're doing, but it's
Kickstarter. There's important work to be done.
1 minute.
Oh, somebody used like snakes in the chat. That's kind of cool. Oh, and fish or whales.
Whales? What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, snakes. And
Almost
fish.
done.
Can Hank read this? Asks Alex. Yes, I can.
Mm-hmm. Hank can read this.
Tumblr has like 2 messages and then the fan mail ones. Oh, you can't turn off fan mail.
I knew it.
Okay. What's for dinner? Well, the dog's dinner is probably dog food. That's my guess. My dinner, if I have anything to say about it, is whatever's in my fridge.
Yeah, that's why I had sweet potato fries.
I'm hungry, and as soon as this ends, I will want to eat very badly, and I will not want to find any other food except for I'll probably end up eating turkey cold cuts and corn pops.
Corn pops are so good. I want corn pops.
They are good. We have officially beat yesterday. We've raised more money today than yesterday. Thank you all very much for that.
Is our highest still the first day?
Oh, yeah. Yes, by like 3 times.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
That was an amazing day.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
Apparently, Facebook is planning on getting rid of the other folder because it's terrifying and no one uses it.
I don't like it.
Hercules wants me to get takeout Chinese food. They would take too long.
Good though.
There's a place in my town actually that's right next to the game store. It's a Vietnamese place, and
I heard you guys talking about the game store. How far away is it?
Oh, it's like 5-minute drive. And then right next door there's a Vietnamese place, and like you call them, and if you do a pickup order, it's ready in like 10 minutes. It's great.
Why would you not do that?
Why would I want it? Because it's Vietnamese food.
No, I said why would you not?
Oh.
I was saying why would you not do that? You were saying you were going to only eat what's in your fridge, but why would you not?
Just because like 10 minutes is a long time. This person wants to know if corn pops are like rice bubbles, but corn. What is a rice bubble?
I've never heard of that.
Rice bubbles are Rice Krispies in other countries.
Oh no, corn pops are much better.
Yes, corn pops are much better. Corn pops are covered in sugar, and that makes them better.
Corn pops are the best snack cereal. Don't need milk.
They're really, yeah, they are good for just.
Yeah.
I think Captain Crunch is the best snack cereal with berries.
Captain Crunch is very good snack.
All berries, but then the top of your mouth gets all cut up.
Yep. That's corn pops too. Corn pops do that as well.
Do they?
Not quite as much.
I don't think so.
You can get around it.
I think you might be eating corn pops wrong.
There should be a spell for that.
For
Big mouth.
does your mouth feel better? Ah, I ate a grilled cheese. Ah.
Dug into the pizza too soon.
Yeah. Oh God.
Grilled cheese.
It's so hard to wait. Cocoa Pops. You can't eat Cocoa Pops like a snack. It gets your hands all cocoa-y.
I love Cocoa Krispies. You can't eat those as a snack either, but those are really good.
We should have some kind of Wizard School specific foods.
Well, would there be like a cafeteria?
Yeah, the cafeteria. What do they serve at Wizard School?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we do have this whole type of card that's called an item, so we should have food.
Yeah, food is an item.
We do have a drink, the what is it, 44-hour energy drink?
Oh,
We do have a drink. We have 44-hour energy. Yes.
yeah, I don't know how I'm going to draw that one yet.
Yeah, let's try it without too much copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're over 445. I'm incapable of speaking correctly. Over 455 now.
Yeah, actually, I gotta go feed the dog more because there's like 5:26 was a good minute.
People just don't like you. They just want to...
Oh, that's horrible.
No, it's when you left. They were like, "Oh, Eric's gone. I can go pledge now."
Yeah, I think that means they like me. They're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna miss anything.
Yeah.
I can go play."
I'm not gonna miss any of your crazy antics.
Somebody just mentioned coffee on the chat, and literally that as soon as I just hear the word or see the word coffee, I want coffee. That's how addicted to coffee I am.
Pavlovian.
It really is.
lovely.
It's gotten really bad. I kind of am thinking that maybe I should get some coffee. Maybe if I leave, then
I'll keep track.
too.
Can you beat my minute?
Now the
The competition begins.
competition.
Who do you like more?
I'm a game designer. Everything is a game.
I gotta finish this guy though.
Oh yeah.
I'll stay and finish this guy.
Hey, this guy keeps asking me if I've ever been pulled over by a cop.
On
I
the
mean,
chat?
hasn't everybody?
I've seen it scroll by about 5 times.
Weird.
Strangely, I've been pulled over by a cop twice for being behind a cop.
Oh, now people are just putting coffee things in there. Oh, it's
Been pulled over by a cop for being behind a cop?
Well, I was just kind of using the cop to gauge speed, and I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, if the cop isn't speeding, right? And then the cop was like, you were speeding because I know I was going too fast.
You've done that twice?
Twice.
I figure the first time you learned your lesson.
I mean, both times they couldn't give me a ticket because they were like, yeah, I can't give you a ticket because I was going too fast, but don't go this fast.
That's amazing.
Do you remember when Hank, were you late for one of our meetings because you got pulled over?
Yes. I got pulled over, and then so if you're ever curious about how privilege works, got pulled over by a cop for speeding. I was going 35 into 25. It's one of those places where the speed limit drops. So speed limit went from 35 to 25. I kept going 35.
We don't think you're a bad person for it. You don't need to ask.
And then and I was on the way to the gym, so I did not have my normal pants, which contained my wallet. The cop is like, license and registration. Like, he didn't even say it. He got to the door, and I was like, I don't have my wallet. Here's my insurance. Here's my registration, but I do not have my license. And the cop takes my stuff back. I assume he runs something through a machine that says that indeed the car is registered to me, and he gets a picture of me on his thing. comes back up to me and he's like, the fact that you don't have your license makes it difficult for, like, it increases the amount of paperwork. Means that if I did this, you would have to go to court, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want you to have to go to court, and so I'm not going to give you a ticket. So not only did I not have my license, and didn't have to deal with the fact that I had been driving without my license, I also got off the ticket because I did something wrong.
Wow.
I feel like that doesn't happen to people who aren't white guys. That's not going to happen in the bad part of town.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really happy though.
Yeah.
And it saved Wizard School, if I recall, because you were working your way back towards a call with us.
Yeah, it saved the whole Kickstarter.
Would have gone up in flames.
Yep. I wouldn't have been there for that meeting, and everything would have just fallen apart.
Yeah.
When will you send Kickstarter surveys out? Because I'm getting married and will be moving into a new place with my fiance. I want to ensure I get Wizard School. Congratulations, Christian.
That's awesome.
I'm very, very pleased. The way that the Kickstarter surveys will work, I think.
I'll let you try, and then I'll revise.
Okay. We'll be sending them out shortly after the Kickstarter happens, but then right before we actually ship the game, we will send you an email and we will ask you to confirm your address. Anytime up until then, you can go in on your own and change the address. You can do that as many times as you would like. You can change the address to something funny and then change it back to your address just to amuse yourself. But at any moment, you can change the address. We will not ship it without first asking to make sure that you have updated your address to your current address. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, good job.
But you won't hear from us right away. We got to sit down.
Right. No, it won't happen today.
Yeah. Don't expect a survey. Don't be upset if you don't hear from us this week or even next week. But we haven't forgotten you. And we will get your information and send you this game. Yes.
At the very least, we will do that, and we will do it on time, because if we don't, then I will be so ashamed.
Hank, did I ever tell you the story about the worst possible thing that could happen if you're late with your Kickstarter?
Oh my God! Why would you? I don't
know about that. It'll be motivating, Karen. We need to be motivated.
So I had a Kickstarter a couple years back. For a role-playing game which I wrote, and we ran into a few complications, and it delivered several months late, right? So we get everyone's address, and we send it out, and this person calls us up and was like, "Why did you send this to me? I didn't order this." And we're like, "Well, no, this is your address, and this person ordered the game. Who are you? You're not the person." And they're like, "Oh yeah. That person was so excited about your game, but they died."
Oh, I knew you were going to say that 2 seconds ago.
So they were alive when I should have delivered the game.
Oh.
And then when we delivered the game, they had already died.
So I'm not going to be leaving
what you're saying is we will not be late.
I don't want that feeling again.
No.
That was a crappy feeling.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just let you know that our Kickstarter track record, now that you've probably pledged, isn't fantastic. It's 2 months late.
Oh, I'm just going to be not moving from this chair for 3 months now, am I?
Now you know what to take.
This is where I will be living, right here.
Well, I mean, it was gonna be on time before you heard that story.
I know, but we can't have it not get to somebody because they died. That's terrible.
That was the worst motivational speech I've ever given.
It's bad. All right.
But no, I was like in a super bad mood, and I think people were complaining that it was late, and I was like, look, you got it. Some people never got it.
Some people never got it.
All right, we've got 21 minutes to go. 21 minutes to go. And our Kickstarter, that is kind of a shocking thing.
Yep.
So
We've been
Hank,
talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, going into it, I was like, I hope it's Exploding Kittens, but then on the other hand, I was like, it's probably not even gonna be like
No.
backed. Like, I would be happy.
Yeah, there was sort of equal parts like, this is gonna be huge, and this might not work at all.
Yeah.
And you never know, and it's funny because like right after we launched, Eric and I were talking, and we were like, probably gonna be between 400,000 and 500,000. Like right after the initial response, we could really sort of project from there.
Sort of after day one or two.
Yeah. And it's amazing how correct we were. But before day one, like before you click the button and make it live, it is all just a complete mystery.
Yeah.
So, yay! It turned out good.
Yay! Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for asking me to be part of this project too, because that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as the project goes along, it's more and more obvious that we couldn't do it without you. It's kind of become integral.
Yes, indeed. I'm very impressed with. I've just been really pleased not only with the work that you've done, which is fantastic, but also the great contributions.
No, start talking. Go back to the chat.
Okay. Go back to chat. Don't talk about Karen.
Blushing.
We started reminiscing about the Kickstarter experience.
Just for people who are confused, this is my wand. One of my wands, to be honest with you. I have 3. It's not anything other than that person who was being improper.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
What's this comparison to Wizard School? Is it like Evil Baby Orphanage? It's not like Evil Baby Orphanage.
It's not at all.
It uses cards. It has cards. And in that way, it is like Evil Baby Orphanage. It is much more like Munchkin, if you ever played Munchkin.
Yeah, if you take Munchkin, you make a cooperative, you kind of rewrite the other half of the rules too.
It's funny,
but it has enough of that feel.
I don't have my copy of Munchkin out here, but I do have my copy of this Spike comic, which has a Munchkin advertisement on the back.
Nice.
Guild Munchkin. I haven't even read this comic. This is Catherine's.
Here you go, Hank.
There you go.
Fred. And for those people wondering, our box is going to be kind of this sized. We're not going to... we're actually doing a retail box with space. So, yeah, I mean, if you go into it, there's plenty of room inside to put the expansion and stuff. So
you can keep growing.
The box is no little box.
Not a little box, unless you get one of these, and then it's this.
Yeah,
what are we gonna do?
And then you can transfer into that.
Oh, we're gonna send both. We're not gonna actually transfer in before we send.
But yeah, it's bigger than the little Exploding Kittens box.
I love the Exploding Kittens box, though. It meows. It's got a magnet in it.
Our box will in fact not meow.
It will not meow.
No.
It will not make any noises. We are not Exploding Kittens.
Do you think the Key Dragon meows?
Yeah, definitely. It certainly purrs.
We're actually very, very not like Catan, for those people wondering about Catan.
No, we're nothing like Catan.
I don't have anything bad to say about Catan other than it's not like this game.
Oh my gosh, I just got a picture from my friend Destin, who does Smarter Every Day. Figure it out, camera. He's at platform 9 3/4 right now. He's like, you're doing your Wizard School live stream. I just heard your Kickstarter's ending. Here's me at platform 9 3/4. That's awesome.
I want to go to that.
Yeah, you gotta go.
I know I'm gonna be at Disney World in 3 weeks, but we're not doing the Harry Potter world.
Oh, why?
I know. But you know what we are doing is I will do sketch cards and do art drops. Have you ever heard of those before?
No.
So throughout the day on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, I will post a picture of the sketch card, and then I will hide it somewhere in Disney World. And then I'll post a picture of where it is. So like in a store, maybe underneath some merchandise, and then people get to go find it throughout the day.
Wow, I'm intrigued.
So fun. It's so fun.
I can't wait. I need to do that the next time I'm at a theme park.
It's so fun because we did it at Disneyland, and you hide it, and then you, at first, for the first few, I was worried that they was just going to sit there all day. I was like, I'm going to hide this, and nobody's ever going to, but people found it within like 20 minutes. Yeah. And so first we would hide it, and we would just leave. But then I was with Brandon, and he was like, I want to watch them get it. So we would hide it, and then we would go a little further away and just watch. And people would run up to where it was and like start going through it, and they'd be so excited. It was really fun.
Did you just hide the whole time?
Sometimes, I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but I get kind of embarrassed. So sometimes I would just kind of walk away, but a lot of times I'd go over and say hi, and they would be all really excited, and it was fun. But sometimes somebody actually turned and saw me. It was
right.
Like,
I was just thinking that would be a really fun thing to do at VidCon, the day after VidCon when people go to Disney. Except that there's so many people at Disney, like so many like YouTube fans at Disney, that I'm worried for the safety of that enterprise.
Oh, that might be a little like stampede-y.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you like tweet out from the VidCon account, hey, there's a signed art from Dan and Phil, and then people die.
Yeah.
And also probably enough people kind of are watching where you're at. So doing it, you're kind of high profile post VidCon, Hank, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Well, actually, you'd be surprised. There are so many people at Disney that like. The VidCon people make up like 5% of the people in the park.
Right.
So it's pretty easy for me to get around, especially because I tend to end up at Disney quite late in the day because I'm just sleeping.
Right.
Oh, see, even after Star Wars Celebration, when I went out the night afterwards with a bunch of the artists, I was still at Disney right when the rope drops. You get there. You don't waste a minute at Disney. Yeah,
well, one, I get a free ticket during VidCon because we sell so many. So we have free tickets for all the staff. And two, I'm so tired. Somebody just asked what games you've developed, Eric.
What games do I develop?
Yeah, what have you done previously?
My big game that pays the bills is called Malifaux. It's a tabletop miniatures game. So, if you like painting miniatures and doing a little pushing them around the board and playing a strategic game, that's what pays the bills. Obviously, Evil Lady Orphanage. I have another little board game called Puppet Wars. A couple of other little card games, Showdown, and jeez, I can't remember them all now. A couple of board games I worked on, Kings of Artifice. Not that popular. We just had one that came out called Darkness Comes Rattling. I have a role-playing game I mentioned earlier, which is actually in the Malifaux world. So,
we have 12 minutes left in our Kickstarter.
I just looked at that. That's crazy.
You have to color fast, Karen.
We might make that 460. I think we got it.
We might. We are close. We are close.
I think we can do it.
It's so sad that the Kickstarter will be over, and then we'll start getting those tweets from people who are like, "I forgot to pledge."
Yep.
Like it's too late, baby. Now it's too late.
We'll just have to do another Kickstarter. I mean.
That's interesting. Like so if we do another game, I mean we will do another game because we have two in development. I'm not at the moment planning to kickstart those though. Because I kind of feel like we kickstarted the company. This will provide some money with which we will be able to develop those games. And then but like obviously Kickstarter is a good way to like help people know about and tell people about the game and pre-order the game, etc. What do you think?
Me?
Is that for me?
Eric, yeah.
No, I mean, I mean, Kickstarter is a great platform to. I mean, more than anything, it's a great way, and it will last forever. People will talk about the Wizard School Kickstarter because it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But so it got the word out, and honestly, starting a new company is hard. So starting a new company with a lot of people that have faith in your product makes it just that much easier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, so I mean, Hank, I know I'm sure you've done it before, but when you start a company and you're like, okay, this is a secret for a year.
Yeah.
It's a secret for a year, and I'm still a year away from doing anything that's cool. So this shortened that time period a little bit, and sort of that renewed vigor, and now we can pay people. Congratulations, Karen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's really it's Kickstarter really provides that amazing way to get going with something you love, and and it's really helped us. So again, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm so interested in all of the people who are pledging right now. They probably aren't even in the live stream. Who are you people? Just making this number go up. How do you feel about being in the last 10 minutes of the Kickstarter? Are you panicked? Are you excited? What is the emotion you're feeling? Matthew and Jen and Alyssa and Kelly, all these people who just pledged money to the Kickstarter. Look at how many of them there are.
I know, it's really...
I'm not seeing the speed that you guys are seeing.
It's on the Kickstarter. I was looking at the Packer report.
Oh, weird. I just see I'm looking at the screen and there's a frozen you doing something on the video.
Wow, we've had so many pledges coming in now. It's like, why isn't the Kickstarter gonna be over in 10 minutes every day?
I know, that would be awesome.
People need to really feel the pressure.
Yeah, the panic. They need that panic.
So another question just came through: Is it going to be in German? Is it going to be in Germany and Switzerland, and is it going to have a German version? We've gotten that actually several times in the Kickstarter itself. And I guess the answer is make people want it more, and then we can afford to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really one of those things where once we can make it happen, we'd love to. But not every game has enough people wanting to buy it to do it in multiple languages. So there's only so much we can do until we sort of get that groundswell in Germany.
And also, Germans speak a fair amount of English. I feel like you could probably work through it.
The Germans also are amazing gamers, by the way.
Yes. No, it is the clearly the tabletop capital of the world.
One of these days we'll bring it to Essen, which is...
You went away, but now you're back.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I lost myself.
I lost myself. You said one of these days we'll make it to the Essen?
Essen? It's a big gaming convention in Essen. Like hundreds of thousands of Germans who love games are there, and I want to go.
That does sound awesome.
Yeah.
So there's Gen Con in America. Are there any other big tabletop conventions?
Yeah, I mean, Gen Con's the big one, and it's the one that I always go to. There's Origins, which is in Columbus a couple months earlier. And then there's there's other type of things like Toy Fair in New York, and which are giganticer, but not quite just games. And then there's a lot of them. Obviously, the Comic Cons all have gaming components, and
Right.
PAX has a tabletop gaming component. So I mean, there's a lot of them, but Gen Con is really the from a company perspective, it's the only one I've gone to and actually made money as a company, because
Right.
there's the critical mass there. So.
Mm.
Michael says, I just pledged 15 minutes ago. It was while you were telling the story of the dead guy.
Oh.
Well,
Sorry about the dead guy story, everyone.
Germany and Switzerland.
So crazy.
So crazy. And